So I'm just going to give a little talk on fibre and why we need to include fibre in our diet. And we've all heard of it. Basically, it works like a magnet in our system. And that's why when we're told to eat things that are whole grains or wholemeal, choosing wholemeal flour, choosing seeded bread as opposed to just white bread, it's because it's got the fibre still intact. And here I've got a glass of what's called psyllium, and I'm going to show you here. Psyllium is soluble fibre, and that's the main ingredient. If ever you go to a doctor or a pharmacist and you talk about having constipation, that's actually the main ingredient in a product that's usually recommended by those professionals. Metamucil is a perfect example. Well, this is actually the main ingredient, but the difference between this one is it has no colour, no sugar, no flavour and no additives. It's purely the psyllium husk, and you can buy it, and it's only $5 for this. I think Metamucil is about $30, so it's a lot more cost effective, and literally it's the same as when we cook things like rice. So here we have rice, and I've got three sorts of rice I'm going to talk about. I've got brown basmati, which is now about $4.90. It's on the top shelf at the supermarket. Obviously, the higher the shelves at eyesight level is where the things you're going to be more attracted to buying. And I've actually spoken to someone that does all that marketing and has sold that concept to supermarkets, and it's very true. Down the bottom or higher up is where it costs less to have that on the supermarket shelves. So brown basmati is on the top shelf, and that's about $4.90. You can buy that one for. Then we've got this one, which is beautiful. This one's $3.50, and this is brown rice with quinoa, high fibre. So I'm talking now high fibre forms of rice. Then we've also got our regular brown rice. Now this one's about $2 something in Aldi, so that's another good option. And these are all about 5 to 6 cups per packet. Now brown rice takes a little bit longer to cook. It's usually about 40 minutes, and rule of thumb is 1 cup rice, 1.5 cups of water. The easiest way to do that is to actually cold water your rice. So let's say we've got 2 cups of rice, 3 cups of cold water in our saucepan. We bring it to a boil with the lid on. Then once it starts to boil, we drop it down to a simmer. Then when it's on simmer, it's called the absorption method, and that will cook you absolutely perfect non-gluggy rice. Now brown rice, being high in fibre, the same as our psyllium. And why do we want to have a high fibre diet? Because we want to be going to the toilet every day. And nowadays, a lot of the food we buy is highly processed, takeaway food as well. It's had all the goodness taken out of it. And when we're not having fibre in our diet, which is also in the fruit and lots of fruit and vegetables we eat, things like chickpeas, lentils, vegetarian protein is our chickpeas. When we're not having that high fibre diet, we're actually we're interfering with that process of being able to go to the toilet. And if we want to go to the toilet, every day, which we do every morning, because what happens is going to the toilet actually helps to flush out the toxins and the poisons and the build-up in our lower intestines and our bowels. So the psyllium, this I drink, you can put a teaspoon or a tablespoon of that in cold water every day. Fibre actually helps to fill up our stomach, so we don't want to be eating straight away again. We're actually going to feel satisfied and have long-term satiety, which means when we're eating the takeaway food like McDonald's or the white bread or white pasta, it doesn't satisfy us long term. So we're more inclined with high fibre food to actually eat less and to stay fuller long term throughout the day. So that's just something really simple about why we should be including, lots of fibre in our diet. And as I say, it's not hard to make these changes. It's not hard to include lots of fibre, because fibre is really important for our health. Thank you.